Hi and welcome to Menstrual Cups and Cloth Pads Kenya. So today I'm talking about something that is going to seem a little bit off topic, but actually it really isn't. And it's long nails. So I will start it by saying that I don't normally have long nails. So I think that might have contributed to some of the way I'm feeling about them. I do boxing. I do boxing most days of the week, and so I tend to have shorter nails because comfort. So I have been traveling all of July and I've had 2 weddings to attend. So I got these acrylics put on. Years and years ago, they used to even be called silk wraps. That's how long ago they used to be done. When I was in uni, I used to have false nails and long nails. But I haven't done it for, I don't even know how long, 10 years or whatever it is. And I have actually really enjoyed having these nails on. I mean, I feel like they look nice. I really have liked them. This is completely not bashing anybody who has long nails. You know, it is what it is. My sister has really hard nails and a really long nail bed. So she has long nails even when they're short. You know what I mean? And she looks nice. I always think that people look really nice with them. This is not about that. This is just about the ability to use cups and stuff like that when you have long nails. And, you know, in case you're wondering, like, why are they this long? Why didn't I get them shorter? When I started, they were really short. And I've had 2 infills now. So you can probably see where they started out. Like they started out there, like some even shorter. Focus. No, it won't focus. But basically, they've got longer and longer and longer with each infill. Every time I go to the salon, I'm like, take them down. People don't want to take them down. They're like, no. And they're like clipping. And it's like, they'll just clip like a tiny bit like that. And I'm like, no, take them down completely. And they just don't want to. So they've just grown since I've had them, and I just didn't anticipate. And they don't even look that long, but they feel really long. And I think it's probably just because I'm not used to having nails. And so that's probably why they also feel more uncomfortable than somebody who was more used to having nails. I always have really short nails. You know, like I said, I box, I can't afford to have long nails. Maintenance has been... Sorry, a huge monkey just went past. I'll try and film it if it comes this way, if I'm not screaming and running. Maintenance has been a little hellish. I've been traveling a lot. I mean, in countries that I'm not familiar with, or cities that I'm not being familiar with. And like sometimes they come off and I have to go and fix them. And like now you'll see them, they're kind of like, they need an infill. Some of them are lifting. It's just not been great. I haven't minded it until my period came. So when I traveled, I carried a bunch of cups because I wanted to try them out, but I only carried a handful of pads because I was like, I'm going to be at the beach. I'm wearing cups the whole day when I'm swimming, and I'll only wear pads in the evenings or at night when I'm in bed. It hasn't worked out quite like that because I tried to insert, this was the first cup that I tried to put in. And this is new. I've never tried anything like this before. So it wasn't so bad with the insertion. It was because you're supposed to insert it and then you push that edge there, sort of tuck it under your pubic bone. It was the tucking because I pushed it in. And then when I came to the tucking bit with my fingernail, it was so long. I could kind of tuck it with my nail like that, but I couldn't feel. I was trying to feel whether it was in properly behind. I couldn't get past that. I just kept poking my vagina with my nail, which is really uncomfortable. And then I couldn't feel round to see whether my cervix was in or not. It was just too sharp. And then I was also a bit worried about these, like kind of the infill. So maybe if they were really fresh, I wouldn't have been that worried. But because of this, it's kind of jagged. That jagged edge there on the other side, I couldn't do it. So I did put it in, I did wear it, and it leaked. It started leaking from the front here. And when I was trying to figure out if it was in, I think it wasn't. So I ended up having to take it out. Now the taking out was impossible. I was like trying to do this with my nail to like hook it under like that. And I was worried about poking it like that. So it was so uncomfortable. I ended up kind of like, I don't even know what I did. I like squeezed and pulled, not comfortable. Then I tried this because this is like a regular kind of shaped cup. Okay, it's a bell shaped, I think this is the only bell shape that I have. I normally have triangular shaped cups. But I was like, I mean, it's still the same basic shape. So I thought I'll try this one. I should have good success with it. No, because the rim is quite firm on this. So I was pressing down like this. I could not get my my finger in and out like that. I felt like I was pulling out my nail. And then I couldn't insert it. Now, the thing is, my cervix is tilted to the left. So when I insert, I would normally, most people would just put it in straight through and then it just pops. But I have to put it in and then maneuver it to the, let's see, what's that? Never mind. Maneuver it left like this. So I kind of pinch the base. So if this is it, if it's been inserted in there, assume this is the vaginal canal, right? So it's in there. And then I have to kind of maneuver it this way. So it lies like that. Could not do it with these nails. It was impossible. It was impossible. I was trying and all I was doing was pinching myself. And then I remember that there was that TSS, the only reported case of TSS with cups. And the lady did scratch herself and I got worried about that. So now the cup is like kind of sitting like that. And I'm trying to, actually it's probably sitting like that. And I was trying to reach in to pinch it and do that. I couldn't do this, not strong enough because this cup is firmer than I thought. And I couldn't get my fingers in to do that. So I ended up pinching myself as I was trying to remove it. So that was terrible. So then I put this one in, which is my tried and true ruby cup. You can see from this bag it has been used a long time. This I did manage to get in. It wasn't comfortable, but it's a softer cup and I'm much more used to its size and dimensions. So I got it in. It was fine. My cups usually I usually wear them about 2 hours on my first and second day. So that wasn't day one, that was yesterday. I put it in and 2 hours later, I thought I better check it because I was swimming at the pool. I didn't want to have an accident. And it was so difficult to get it out because it had traveled. So it's all the way up there. So I'm trying to reach my fingers in. And normally I have no problem. I kind of reach them in and turn it like this and then I take it out. But I was like scrape, 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 scratch, 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 until I got it out. And at that point, I just thought, I'm not going to do this again. Like, I just cannot be bothered it's too painful. It's too uncomfortable. I couldn't do it. So I ended up wearing pads and that was fine because it was towards the evening anyway. We went back up to the house. But the trouble is today, I haven't been down to the pool yet. I haven't been down to the beach because I'm just wearing pads and I don't feel like having this whole thing, like putting it in. It's just too uncomfortable. And it means that I'm missing out because I love swimming, I love being by the pool. I am going to go down. I'm just going to lie down by the pool and read a book. But it's the last few days of my holiday and it's just not really what I anticipated. So that has been really disappointing. Another thing I have to add that I've been worrying about is the cleanliness of it all. Now, this would not be an issue when you have your own nails, but I think with falsies, especially with these, once they start lifting, I can't show you. Will it zoom? Will it focus? Okay. You start getting your nail starts to separate from the gel. And then what happens is you have these little gaps, just tiny gaps in between like your nail and I can't really find one right now, but you have like a tiny gap between your nail and the gel itself. And I worry about if I already have any dirt in, even if I'm washing my hands thoroughly before I insert a cup, then that dirt, there might be a way that it can transfer into my vagina. And conversely, if I get my hands in and and then blood gets in there, then I can't really wash it off. You know what I mean? So that has been one of my other worries. And I don't know how valid that is. I don't know if somebody would be like, nah, you're overthinking this. But for me, I've definitely thought about that when I was using the cup. And then, it's not even just with the cups, like even with my pads. So like I said earlier, I've carried a handful of pads. So I've got some which are washing already. And then this is what I have. So I have 4 hanging out. I'm wearing 1. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is all I carried. I wasn't planning to wear a lot of pads. And I'm finding that even with pads, it's not that easy because I have so few, I don't have enough for a whole cycle. I'm not dry storing. I'm washing as I go. And washing them with these nails, I feel crazy. I feel like such a prat. Like, I feel like, I'm a lady, don't you know? You know what I mean? I feel like Hyacinth Bouquet or something, like... Like, it looks crazy when I'm washing them. I'm kind of like trying to be really gentle with them. I'm like, with my nails so they don't snag and come off or catch on my pad and like tear something. So it's just been really difficult. I have not enjoyed that at all. You might be asking like, why haven't you just taken them off? I can't even get them done because I'm like in a really remote place. There's no nail spas. I think there are a few if I like went into town, but they would just do like a basic mani pedi, and I wouldn't do it. I don't know, I wouldn't do it. They wouldn't be able to take these off anyway, more likely than not. So I'm just gonna leave them. I'm going home in a few days, so that's fine. I don't know how people do it because actually there is a YouTuber who I follow religiously, and she was one of the first people after Breathe that I was following. Her nails are always done. They always look really nice. And they're gorgeous. And she uses cups a lot, I think. I think maybe even more than pads. And I don't know how she does it. So I would love to hear from anybody who uses reusables, a sponge, cup, period underwear, whatever, and use it comfortably and like you're happy. So if you have any comments, leave them below. I'd love to hear back from you. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.